Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. On the mound for Detroit is Jerry Euger, whose record is 2-3 with a 4.25 ERA. And pitching for the Red Sox today is Danny Parks, whose record is 3-1 with a 4.72 ERA. And so we lost game one of this three-game series at Fenway. Mickey Hatcher hit his fifth home run, so he's still on fire in the top 10 in batting average and is showing some pop. But we were not able to get the victory. Our bullpen let us down. And really, as I mentioned in yesterday's game, we have not had a starting pitcher go beyond 6 innings in quite a while. And although Bruce Robbins pitched acceptably, he did not get into the 6th inning yesterday. And so we are struggling. Our team ERA has jumped up to 3.54, where it was sitting below 3 for such a long time. But when you give up 20 runs, 9 runs, 8 runs, you're bound to have your ERA jump up by 3/4 of a run. Let's go ahead and get to today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe. If you saw the title card, you saw a photograph of Jim Rice carrying a young boy from the stands. And we'll tell you about that story that happened in August of 1982. So we'll share that with you momentarily as we wait for the game here to load up. Facebook is down today, guys. So if you are a subscriber to my channel, you're going to get this game on time. If you get this game through the Facebook Baseball Mogul group page, you might not get this. So this is a good opportunity for you to hit the subscribe button right down here in the right little corner. There's a baseball down there. If you click on that, you can be a subscriber to my channel, and you'll automatically get every game notification. In addition to that, you're going to find out, who won the robot race. You're going to, maybe you say to yourself, how many times did he say dong? I wonder, and you'll know because you'll have the subscription. So I can't sell it any more than that. Jerry Euger on the mound. We're going to switch it over to both. There we go. So the current lineup is batting .250 against him. Dave Patterson, who absolutely sucked yesterday, is not available today. Our lineup, we have a couple of major issues today. Greg Brock and Ricky Henderson again listed as tired, so we've taken out Ricky. We're going to put Kevin Bass in center field today. Andre will play his typical right field instead of moving over. And our first baseman today will be Alan Trammell, getting his first start at first base this season. He's made a few starts for us in the last 2 years of this sim. And then we're going to put the red-hot Mark Wagner at shortstop. Keep him in the lineup. He's batting .500. He went 3 for 3 with a double yesterday, a stolen base, and a sacrifice bunt. So he is like butter. Okay, let's go ahead and do the Tigers' official lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second, in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting third at third base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting cleanup and DHing today is Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth and playing first base is Alan Trammell. Batting seventh in center field is Kevin Bass. Batting eighth in right field is Andre Dawson. And batting ninth, playing shortstop today, is Mark Wagner. Pitching for the Red Sox is Danny Parks. We've seen a lot of Danny Parks since he was a rookie in 1980. Let's just skip ahead and look right at his log. Look directly at it. And you'll see that he got the loss. His only loss of the season was against Detroit. He went 8 innings in that game, technically a complete game. giving up 5 hits and 4 runs, and 4 walks and 2 Ks. So yeah, he walks more than he strikes out. So, you know, maybe not the most effective pitcher on the Red Sox staff, but he does eat up some innings. He had 174 innings pitched last year in the strike-shortened season. He's already got 2 complete games this year, so 13 complete games in 3 seasons, including 5 shutouts. So not a bad member of the rotation for the Red Sox. You take a look there at the Red Sox defensive alignment. A couple different players in the lineup today. Dave Rader's catching. You have Roy Smalley at short, and Glenn Hoffman in left field. So some different players defensively. And here's Sweet Lou leading off against Danny Parks, 6 for 25 with a home run and 6 walks in his career against Danny Parks. Ground ball to first. There's 1 down. Next up is Gibby. Gibby's got a couple dongs. There's like the 3rd time I said dong, 4 times now. As Gibson grounds out to second. So with 2 down, here's Mickey Hatcher. Ground ball into the hole at short, and Smalley makes the play. So we go to the bottom of the 1st inning. Here is the lineup rundown for the Red Sox. Batting leadoff and DHing today is Schelle Tarver. Batting second at second base is Marty Barrett. Batting third in center field is Freddie Lynn. Batting cleanup at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting 5th at third base is Steve Hammond. Batting 6th in right field is Clint Hurdle. Batting 7th at shortstop is Roy Smalley. Batting 8th and catching today is Dave Rader. And finally, batting 9th in left field is Glenn Hoffman. On the mound for Detroit is Jerry Euger. He's got that 2-3 record with a 4.25 ERA. 9 walks, 7 strikeouts so far in those 7 starts. So he gets 1 strikeout every time he pitches. That's terrible. Let's take a look at his log. You'll see here, his last outing, the defense let him down. He gave up 7 runs, only 2 were earned runs, 6 hits. He did get that 1 strikeout. Look at that. He had 5 Ks in his second start, and every other start was either 0 or 1 strikeout. So I don't know what to expect from him today, and I wouldn't say that his job is on the line. We have 3 starters right now with Robbins, Euger, and Bryn Smith that one of them is going to lose their job when Dan Petrie becomes available, which is still about 2 months away. So there's the defensive alignment for the Tigers. Take a look there. And Schelle Tarver leading off against Jerry Euger. And that's gone. Dead center field, 469 feet. Second home run on the season for the DH. And it's 1-0 Red Sox. Marty Barrett off the wall in right field, and he has a double. Our bullpen cannot sustain our terrible starting pitching. Fred Lynn up next with a ground ball to first. There's 1 down. Next up is our boy JT. We're going to pull the infield in. We cannot afford to give up any runs. So we're going to be playing it tight to the vest here. He walks him anyway. So now we're going to play back and try to go for a double play with Thompson running and Steve Hammond up. Hammond had a home run yesterday. That was his 2nd on the season. Ground ball to third. It gets past Hatcher, and it's 2-0. This is so brutal. I mean, I know we're 10 games over 500, but we really do have some problems here now. As Clint Hurdle hits a line drive right back at Euger. I guess it was a ground ball. The only play was to second, so 2 down. Runners at first and second for Roy Smalley. Smalley had the day off yesterday. As Burleson played short, and there's the token strikeout by Jerry Euger. We go to the top of the second, we're down 2-0. Reggie Jackson, Lance Parrish, Alan Trammell due up. Here's Reggie. Hey, there we go. Reggie flips it over the third baseman's head down the left field line, and Reggie's got himself a double. Good job by Reginald. Runner on second for Big Wheel, Lance Parrish. Parrish goes the other way. That'll move Jackson to third as he grounds out to second base. Barrett made the play. I don't know. I don't think a sac fly is going to get it done, but we're going to have him go on contact at least. Let's see if Trammell can make a connection here. There we go. Ground ball to second. That should score Reggie. It does. 2-1 now. Boston. Give Tram an RBI. And then a line drive by Kevin Bass will complete the top half of the second inning. We go to the bottom. It is 2-1 Boston. We got Rader, Hoffman, and Schelle Tarver. Dave Rader, in 1980, he tore us up. He ended up batting .296 that year, and he was an all-star, I believe. He took over for Carlton Fisk when we made the trade for him, and then he just proceeded to light us up as Glenn Hoffman goes to right field for the second out. Hoffman not exactly playing out of position, but he's a shortstop playing left field today. He's got left field eligibility, so just not a typical place for him. As Tarver grounds out to short, a 1-2-3 inning. Euger needed that desperately. We go to the top of the third. We're down a run. Here's Hawk, batting .212 with 4 home runs, and he strikes out. Wow. I thought we were getting a deal when we got Dawson on that 2-year, $320,000 contract. As there's Mark Wagner getting on base. He was caught stealing yesterday as well. That was the only bad thing. We tried to get greedy with the game on the line, and it didn't pay off. Sweet Lou going to hit and run. That'll get Wagner into position anyway. 2 down. Wagner on second base for Gibby. Gibby had the day off yesterday against the left-hander Ojeda. And he hits it pretty hard to deep center field. But it's going to be run down by Freddie Lynn, and we go to the bottom of the third. Marty Barrett leading off. 1 for 4 with a walk against Euger in his career. And he goes oppo. Oh, I thought that was off the wall, but it's going to be caught by Dawson. There's 1 down. Next up is Freddie Lynn. Lynn hits a sharp grounder at Wagner. Wagner throws him out. 2 down. And here's Thompson once again. And Thompson pops it up on the infield. Looks like Wagner will catch it right on the outfield grass. Okay, 6 outs in a row for Euger after that rough first inning. We go to the top of the fourth with Mickey Hatcher leading off. A ground ball to third by Hatcher. There's 1 down. Next up is Reggie. Reggie had a double, and now he's got a single. Look at that, batting average up to 275. So my platoon is working well. My genuine concern as Parrish steps in is Ricky Henderson. Oh, base hit by Parrish. All right, a couple back-to-back singles there, and with 1 down, runners on first and second. As I was saying with Henderson, he can't seem to sustain his health. And so, I mean, are we going to give him a game off every series like we do with Parrish? I don't know. As another base hit, 3 singles in a row, loads the bases up for Kevin Bass. Bass batting .250 with a home run. Has a chance here to do some damage. We're going to let him swing away. And a ground ball to third. That should be a double play. So the youngster grounds into a inning-ending double play, leaves the bases stranded, and we go to the top of the fourth. I'm sorry, the bottom of the fourth, with Steve Hammond leading off. Hammond ground ball to first. Trammell steps on the bag, 1 down. Next up is number 1 overall draft pick, Clint Hurdle, flying out to right field. And then Roy Smalley Jr., technically, his dad, Roy Smalley Sr., was a pretty solid baseball player in the 60s. Smalley walks, and then Dave Rader grounds out to Trem, and that'll do it. We're going to the top of the 5th. Still 2-1. I still am planning on telling you the story about Jim Rice carrying that young boy from the stand as Dawson gets it in on the hit parade. That's the 5th hit for the Tigers. And we're going to lay down a sac bunt here with Mark Wagner. He's the hottest Tiger right now, but he does have good bunting skill, and he sacrifices Dawson into position for Lou. I like our chances with Lou. A wild pitch moves Dawson to third, and now the infield comes in. So we're going to go for a sac fly. It's a 1-0 count. All Lou's got to do is get it to the outfield. He does. That'll get it done. Dawson tags, scores, and it is 2-2. Nicely done by Sweet Lou. A little help from the wild pitch. And then Gibby smashes it into right center field all the way to the wall. And Gibson has his 4th double of the season. Good job by Gibby. So with 2 down, we got a little rally going here. Here's Mickey Hatcher. Hatcher ground ball to short, and Smalley makes the play. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Tigers tie it up. So I'll tell you the Jim Rice story. I don't know how much there really is to tell, but that photograph was actually taken at Yankee Stadium in 1982 when the Red Sox came to town to play the Yanks. And late in the game, Dave Stapleton, who's not in this game, he's injured right now, hit a line drive into the stands, and it hit that small boy. It was a family of 6 children, 6 boys. They were all there with their father, and it hit the kid right in the head, and he was bleeding profusely. And Jim Rice goes into the stands, picks up the boy, and carries him down into the locker room to be attended to by the Boston Red Sox team physician. And then because of him being in the clubhouse, paramedics were able to get to him really quickly and eventually take him to the hospital once he was sedated and comfortable. So, a pretty heroic story. It was a very famous photograph. You may have seen it before. You can just Google Jim Rice, foul ball, Yankee Stadium, and the Sports Illustrated article will come up. It's a really good article. I definitely recommend it. So, pretty cool story there for Jim Rice. So we go to the bottom of the 5th with Glenn Hoffman leading off, flying out to the base of the Green Monster. There's 1 down. What I tried to do today also, if you watched yesterday's game, you know that we looked at the stadium effects, and we saw that right-handers do better in this stadium than left-handers. So as Schelle Tarver gets an infield single. So in taking out the 2 players that we took out today, I tried to get as many right-handers in there as possible. So, try to come up with like a legit strategy for utilizing the knowledge that we have as Tarver steals second base. Come on. That is his 4th stolen base this season. 1 down, runner in scoring position now. This is kind of the magic inning for Tigers starters, getting through the 5th. And the 6th is even more impossible for us, it seems, as Marty Barrett pops out to Wagner at short. And now we have these 4 lefties in a row, and we have to count on Euger trying to get somebody out. There we go. Good job by Jerry Euger, striking out Fred Lynn. We go to the top of the 6th, and it's 2-2. Reginald leading off. Reggie's got 2 hits today. He's got a .575 slugging percentage against right-handers. And they're going to walk him. Not taking a chance with Reggie. He's on base all 3 times. Maybe a good move, though, with Parrish, who grounds into a lot of double plays. Oh, not this time. Another hit for Parrish, and it's first and second now. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. We haven't looked at those yet. Who is the player of the game so far? I mean, Reggie's 2 for 2 with a walk. Wagner is 0 for 0 with a sacrifice and a walk. So, I don't know. I mean, Wagner hasn't been out in 2 games. First and second, nobody out for Alan Trammell. Danny Park's up to 77 pitches now. Trammell hits a high fly ball to right field. That's not going to be deep enough to get Jackson to third. They're offering an 80% chance in a tie game with 1 out. Okay, I'm going to say yes. And Jackson is safe. Good job by Reggie. Reggie's got the motors going today. This is great. This will give us a chance to hit and run and maybe take the lead. Kevin Bass has good hit and run skills. His contact rate is 81. And that'll keep Parrish from getting doubled up. A ground ball to third. Will Reggie go home? He does, and the Tigers take the lead. 3-2. RBI given to Kevin Bass. Parrish on second now. Let's see if Dawson can add to the lead. Oh, sharply hit the center field. That's not going to get it done. Dawson not clutch at all. I don't know if he even has 10 RBIs. Out of curiosity. Okay, he's got 19 RBIs in 34 games. So he's contributing. Okay, now here's where it gets sticky, right? Because we have 3 lefties. Technically, Smalley, switch hitter. So we have 5 lefties in a row. And Euger's at 79 pitches. Ground ball to first. Trammell steps on the bag for the first out. Next up is Steve Hammond. Hammond, again, had a home run yesterday. Oh, he walks him. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. We are definitely going to guard the lines now with Clint hurdle up. Try to prevent an extra base hit. A ground ball to third. Maybe not in position to turn a double play, though. The other play was to first. So that's going to bring up Roy Smalley, batting .311 versus right-handers. He does have power, which doesn't make any sense, but I guess we're going to play straight away. Line drive right at Wagner, and Wagner makes the play. Okay, so finally have a pitcher that gets through 6, and I think that ought to be it for Euger. I think he did as much as he could do. You go to the top of the 7th with Mark Wagner leading off, and he strikes out. He was due to get out. I think he had 6 at-bats in a row where he got on base, or contributed at least, as Whitaker grounds out to second for the second out. And finally, Gibson hits a lazy fly ball to right, and that'll do it. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. We're taking out Euger. ERA down to 4.04 now. And we need a reliable lefty. We did bring Comstock back up. We are in the 7th inning. So Comstock is the man. 17 Ks in 15 2/3 innings. 2.87 ERA. Walks a lot, though. That's a problem. And has been pretty solid since he came back. Well, no, he just had the 1 appearance, right? Since April 29th, so he did walk a dude. Let's see what happens here with Comstock as he faces Dave Rader. Rader batting .500. Obviously, they have a platoon. He strikes him out. There's 1 down. Hoffman, a righty, also batting .500 versus lefties. Skying a fly ball into center field. Kevin Bass makes the catch. And then Schelle Tarver doesn't even have a hit versus a left-hander this year. And he still doesn't as he hits a ground ball to second. And Whitaker makes the play. Good job by Comstock. We go to the top of the 8th. Danny Park's still in there, 91 pitches. He can probably go about 115. Tigers aren't really working the walk, though, are they? As Hatcher rips it down the left field line off the green monster for a double. That's the first hit today for Hatcher, and I believe that is his 3rd double of the season? It is. So 9 extra base hits total for Hatcher. Way more than we expected out of him this year. Reggie up next. That's a base hit to center field. Great job, Reggie. Hatcher scores. It is 4-2 Detroit, and Reggie is definitely the leader in the clubhouse now. 3 for 3 today with a ribby and a walk. Big wheel Lance Parrish is up next. That looked like ball 4. He pulls it into left field for a base hit. It gets down and past Hoffman, but Jackson must have had to hold up to see if it was going to be caught. So he is at second base. Parrish is like, I don't get many chances at doubles, dude. You got to run. Okay, so Trammell. Oh, I feel like we should sacrifice bunt. But Bass didn't help us out last time. There's a ground ball. That'll be a double play. Maybe I should have bunted. Jackson on third now, though, for Kevin Bass. And Bass shoots it into left center field all the way to the monster. And there's our 5th run on the double by Kevin Bass. I believe that is just his 1st of the year. There we go, his 1st career double. It's 5-2 Detroit. Danny Park's still in there at 104 pitches. And then Andre Dawson hits a high fly ball. Well, I mean, it wasn't high enough to get over the green monster, but technically it was a home run. His 5th of the season, 2 hits today for Dawson. 7-2 Detroit, and that's going to do it for Danny Park. So we're going to bring in Skip Lockwood. 35-year-old, he's been around, bounced around, and he was an original Seattle Pilot back in 1969. So this guy's seen some things, including a lot of home runs against him, because he's got an 8.10 ERA, 3 home runs in 20 innings pitched this year. Opponents are batting .318 against him. His fastball is his out pitch, but he only throws it at 88 miles an hour. Not really a ground ball pitcher. Those are all music to Mark Wagner's ears. I was going to say Wagner, if it's music to his ears. Wagner, a double into left center field. I'm sorry, more just to left field. And that is another double for Wagner. I'm sorry if I prolong this, but you have to take a look at what this guy's doing. He has 11 hits and 22 at-bats, 4 doubles and a triple. Amazing. Batting .500 if you can't figure out the math. It's pretty impressive. Let's see if Lou can give us 1 extra run today. Tigers have 13 hits and 7 runs. And Lockwood walks Whitaker. I believe that is the 2nd walk for Lou today. He's going to leave it up to Gibson, and he left it hanging. Slow curve up in the strike zone, but Gibby couldn't make solid contact and flies out for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom 8th. We're up 5, and now I'm not feeling too bad. What is his 38? I always feel bad about this, but we're going to let Comstock go 1 more inning here. He's up 5 runs. He's got 1 righty that only bats .217, and then a bunch of lefties. Okay, there we go. He hits a fly ball into right center field, and Dawson makes the play, 1 down. Now, Freddie Lynn does hit lefties really well. That .333 is not just a few at-bats. Lynn grounds out to second, and then JT is up, and he walks him. I could see that coming a mile away. So runner on first with 2 down. Thompson's got no speed over there. And then Hammond crushes it on a line. Frozen rope to center. Caught by Bass for the 3rd out. We're going to the top of the 9th. We're up 7-2. Mickey Hatcher leading off. He's 1 for 4 on the day. And then Reggie will get another shot here. at a 4-for-4 day. Base hit by Hatcher and an error by the right fielder. Clint Hurdle allows Hatcher to go to second. Bobbled it. That was just enough to get Hatcher to second base. And now Reggie is feeling it today. And he walks for his second time. So Reggie's been on base all 5 times. And yes, this is a huge double play opportunity for Skip Lockwood. He pops it up. Parrish does to second. Barrett makes the catch. 1 down. Next up is Trammell. Trammell 1 for 4. And a sharp line drive to center field. Hatcher tags and goes to third. And once again, it'll be up to Kevin Bass with 2 down to add to the lead. He pulls it to right. Got good wood. Not good enough. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And good job by Comstock. We are going to put in Dave Rucker. Yes, I know. No, we're not. We're not going to do that. We got to keep giving Rucker as many days off as it's going to take to keep him right. So we're going to bring in Cappy, who started this season in the minor leagues and has come up, has done a pretty damn good job. He did a great job last year. I believe he had a couple outings at the end of the season where he gave up some runs and it ballooned his ERA over 4. But overall, you can't really complain much about his performance. And just like that, we're down to the final out. Dave Rader up. Too many left-handers in this lineup that benefits righties, as Dave Rader grounds out to first, and the Tigers win in relatively easy fashion, 7-2, a win that we desperately needed. We're at 500 for the month of May. No trade offers. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. We still maintain that 3.5 game lead over Baltimore, a team that's suffered a lot of injuries, but they're hanging in there. New York, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Boston, and then Toronto bringing up the rear. Kansas City finally took a loss. They have 9 losses now. Transactions. We had a big trade yesterday with the Ken Phelps going to Atlanta. Today we have a few injuries. Oil Can Boyd has a stress fracture that requires rest. Just put some Bengay on it. Get back out there. Skip Lockwood pulls his hammy, pitching in that game. And then Raleigh Fingers, the Padres closer, has a broken elbow. Sucks to be him. 35 years old. Was actually on the Brewers in 1982. I'm sure if you ever saw World Series highlights, you know that he was there. And then retirement, we finally had someone retire this season. Bob Kammeyer. I believe he was a New York Yankee. Yeah, Clippers. So this was a AAA team. And, wow, in our 1980 sim, he started 24 games for Atlanta, going 2-16. Holy shit, that's pretty bad. And then he had 11 starts the next year, and then he could not even get on the field. So maybe that was a good thing that he's considering retirement. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and or subscribe. Facebook is down. If you're a subscriber, it lets you know when I make these videos, and you can go right to it because I know you got to have your fix. That's why I enjoy bringing this to you guys. It's a lot of fun for me, and I appreciate the positive feedback. Reggie Jackson, no doubter. 3 for 3, 3 runs, 1 RBI, a couple of walks in there. What is his on-base percentage? It's 340. That's pretty good. I mean, he's a completely different player than last season. Home run by Dawson. Nice to see him get a home run. And maybe he's breaking out of his struggles. Jerry Euger, I mean, that's really the key. We get our starters to go 6 innings like he did, get the win. He's 3-3 now. Lowers his ERA. The bullpen comes in and does their job. So Danny Parks takes the loss. Schelle Tarver had the leadoff home run, which was a wet blanket to start the game. Okay, we're going to come back tomorrow with the third and final game. Wade Boggs comes back off the IL, so he'll be in that game for Boston. And until then, everyone, have a great day.